My name is Eamonn McDonagh. I'm farming 30 acres here with my wife Geraldine, our 2 kids, Mikey and Shamey. We have a mixed farm. We're farming organically, certified organic for the last couple of years. So basically we're growing a variety of crops. As you can see in the background here, we've also got about an acre in the field. We hand milk a few cows, sell raw milk, and we do the bulk of our farm work with horses. And yeah, we're just really into the whole organic, sustainable way of farming, like low input. Interest in supplying to a local market within a local radius, like whether it be cafes, restaurants, or just private individuals. That's kind of that's what we're into, yeah. Well, we've got 30 acres here, and there's 8 acres of it sown in trees because it was wet ground. But I think you could make a reasonable living off about 5 acres, like. I really think you could, like. Would say an acre or 2 of that in vegetables, maybe a cow or 2. Like if the people wanted local produce and all that, like, I mean, there could be room in every parish for 3 or 4 people like me. You know, like, see, all you want kind of is 20 or 30 customers, like. So that's 20 or 30 houses. You shouldn't have to go too far to get that. So these 2 cows here, this one is an Angus Montbéliard cross. She's I think about 4 or 5 years old. The other one's a Hereford Frisian cross. She's around 5 as well, I think. So they're both hand milked. They're actually in calf at the minute now, and they're due in a few weeks' time. Like draft animals, whether it be a donkey or a cow or a horse, definitely have a place, like, in small scale farming. So yeah, I intend to have 2 oxen fully trained up for work in 3 or 4 years' time. Like, they're calves now. If they have bull calves, I'll be keeping them calves and I'll be training them. Well, if you go back sure 50 or 60 years ago, I mean, like, what I'm doing is nothing. I haven't reinvented anything, like. I'm just doing what people kind of always did, like. But the biggest loss, I think, is the knowledge, like no one knows how to farm like this anymore, like. Do you know? It's just not, because it's not being done, like. I mean, there still is the generation around that can do it, like, but they look at it as drudgery and hard work, and why would you? And, you know, so there's one generation has already missed that, or hasn't been passed on to them. Then there's another one coming, like, so that knowledge is completely gone, like, it's wiped out completely. Like, methods that took maybe hundreds, if not thousands of years to develop, like, you know, to get to a stage where they work, like, and now all of a sudden it's gone, like. So that's why all these newer growers, like, they have to basically, you know, teach themselves, like, because there's no one there really to pass on or show them how to do it, like, you know. So that's a huge loss, like, I think personally, you know. And as farms get smaller, and, you know what I mean, you get all these big lads that are all specialising, like, and they're doing it all off the seat of a tractor with their GPS guided weeders, even in the organic systems, like there's no, like, when you're working with a horse or whatever, you're there in contact with the ground, you see everything, like, you know what I mean. Even like if there's only some disease starting in the plants, like, you'll spot it because you're walking beside it, like. If you're up in a tractor, like, and in a nice little fancy cab with your heat on and your radio, do you know what I mean? You're not even driving, like, because it's a GPS thing, and you're not going to see these things, like, you know. So you're out of touch with it. Yeah, well, that's actually another thing that I do. I grow a good bit. I save a good bit of seed for seed savers. This is actually a crop of carrots in here, if you want to see it. Yeah, so I'll be growing, what else? I grow parsnip seed as well for them, and the carrots, and what else? Oh, I have onions as well for seed savers. There's a group of us of about 10 or 15 people that grow seed for them every year, like. Because some things will, say if you have more than one variety of a lot of different crops, they'll cross-pollinate, like, so that the variety won't stay true, like. So they can only grow, say, one of each in their place, like, so then we'll grow other stuff for them. So that's how that works. Yeah, I think the lack of diversity is a huge thing. I mean, like, there's only, say, even if you look at the commercial catalogues for vegetables, like, you only get, you know, there's only maybe 2 or 3 varieties of everything you can buy, like all these heritage varieties, whatever you want to call them, only for the likes of seed savers, they wouldn't exist, like, do you know? Now they have kind of, I suppose, their downsides. It mightn't be as uniform, as the crop mightn't be as even, but they've also got, like, they might be more resistant, say, to particular diseases or that kind of, you know. So they've now there is a place for each of them, but I think there should be more. But then again, like, there's no support, say, from the Department of Agriculture, as far as I know, like Sea Savers do get a little bit of funding off them, I think, but this is just because of the likes of me. People are just kind of doing it because we have the interest to keep these. Otherwise, these varieties would be gone. Like, do you know? And once they're gone, they don't come back. So I think it's important to keep them going. Yeah. You know, I don't think people realise how vulnerable they are. Like, especially Ireland. Like, I mean, we're a small island. If things stop coming in, you know, and the world is so unstable. Like, it could happen very easily. Like, there's no thought at all given to it. Like, it doesn't, you know. Like, if more people did what I'm doing here, say, or just grew an acre or two of stuff, you know, and cut back on their cows, like, or their cattle, and you know, focus on supply, and you know, the country being self-sufficient to a degree, like. But it all seems to be about export, like, and you know, then you have stuff going out in one fucking ship, and you're coming back in another. It's crazy, like, you know. Like, even with the organic stuff there, the amount of organic food that's been imported into the country is unreal, like, you know. Doesn't make any sense, like. Like, if they gave grants to people for putting up tunnels or that, like, you could still have your carrots early in the year, like, have them indoors if you wanted, like. To still be more, I know you're using plastic and whatever else, like, but still to surely be more environmentally friendly than flying it in from Italy. It's mostly Italy, the carrots that are coming from, like. You know, you'd imagine to make more sense, like. But it doesn't seem to come into it, like. Yeah. Like, you know, I think if you asked a child, like, they would give it, because a 5 or 6 year old or an 8 year old would probably have more, give you better answers, like, because they haven't been brainwashed yet, like. And they'll probably come up with a better solution than a lot of these politicians and lawmakers or whoever they are, like. Do you know?